In this module, we'll discuss a little bit of approach and departure procedures with some en route stuff thrown in. Air traffic controllers listen carefully to readbacks. I can't even begin to guess how many situations have been avoided because the controller caught a readback error. And sometimes when pilots have read back what we said correctly, we realize that we set the wrong call sign or the wrong altitude. I also can't begin to guess how many times I've had an incorrect readback that I've had to scramble to correct because a pilot changed frequencies before I had an opportunity to correct the error. For air traffic controllers, consider not combining frequency changes with instructions. Readbacks are nothing more than a confirmation. The pilot is stating exactly what they understood the air traffic controller to say, and the controller knows that the pilot understood their exact instructions. This requires clear communication and active listening. There is a chain. A controller figures out what they want to say. Then we issue the clearance or instruction. The pilot listens. The pilot reads it back. The controller listens, and the pilot takes action. We won't always acknowledge the readback if it is correct. Consider us moving on to the next airplane or the next instruction, a validation of the pilot readback. We touched on the digital ATIS in the last module. If you have the ability, print out the ATIS. Check the ATIS frequently, especially when conditions are rapidly changing, such as during weather events. If you are flying into a non-towered airport, ensure that you check NOTAMs, and if automated weather is available, get that information. Remember that the automated weather at an airport is a snapshot of the weather at a given moment. Check it often to determine trends. As a general rule, air traffic control will use your call sign first, followed by any instructions. Then you will respond by reading back the instruction and then your call sign. Into an airport, just about anywhere in the world, and you are the only international flight that's in the area. Other than communicating with you, all other communication is occurring in a language that you don't understand. It's an early morning and there's very little visibility. Air traffic assigns you an altitude or a turn. You have no idea what other aircraft are nearby or at what altitudes the other aircraft are using. Maybe you're departing, but you have no idea where the other aircraft are on the final. You have zero situational awareness. That's scary and dangerous. My goal is to make English be used at a minimum at all international approach controls 100% of the time. Until then, do your very best. Try to keep a picture in your head of what is happening around you. If you are flying in Chicago, Mexico City, Beijing, or any other airport, it's critically important for you to try to figure out who is close to you, what runways are occupied. If you have ADS-B, the Traffic Information Service will help, but it's not a complete picture. No matter what your first language is, if you don't understand, don't continue to do what you think we said. Confirm it. If you're on the ground, find a space off the runway and stop. Never stop on the runway. There may be times that you are already taxiing and ground issues you amended instructions. If you don't understand those instructions, ask for clarification. Slow down first before you stop. If you don't get clarification, then stop, but never stop on the runway. I need you to know that when you stop on the taxiway, ground control will probably not be very happy with you, but it's always better to get clarification. Under no circumstances should you enter the runway safety area unless you are 100% certain that you have been cleared onto that runway. Airports are very dynamic environments, not just on the ground, but also the airspace around them. Things happen and change quickly. Be prepared. The number one reason that you are taking this course is to prevent incidents. I'm sorry to say this, but not everyone on the airport took this course. If we all started to write down the crazy things that we have seen and why it happened, we would be here for days. Call signs are sometimes similar. Pay close attention, especially if the tower puts two aircraft on runways with even remotely similar call signs. Anticipate a go-around and plan what you will do if another aircraft on final to an intersecting runway also takes your go-around instruction. If you hear an instruction and it seems odd, question it. But the bottom line is to anticipate, not to the point that you make assumptions. That's dangerous. But anticipate other pilot and air traffic control errors.